Deku was a demon, or if Deku had time stop quirk. Um, this would be part 2. I'm doing this right after part 1. I still have a twisted ankle. It's completely ruined, man. It sucks. And it hurts quite a bit. Which it probably doesn't hurt worse than breaking your ankle, but it does hurt quite a bit though. So yeah. Deku would learn this ability, but it would drain him of his energy because it's him using his quirk for the first time. But now, the horn on his head would start glowing, sort of, in a weird fashion. It almost seems to be spilling out energy. And whenever he activated it, the energy would cover like his whole body in a type of aura, a blackish aura, and it would be his power. It would cover him, and it would be thick, but after about 10 minutes, it would completely punish, and it would, like, he would be left with no energy. After this, Deku would be wondering what that was, and all that. But he would chop it up to his true quirk's ability. But Deku would grow up like normally, but with a slight edge of power compared to the rest. And Deku has learned that he can't just go throughout life without using his quirk. He has to use it, or his energy would build up until it can tear apart his body, and it probably would stop time for quite a long time, and would have caused problems probably. Deku has been seeing what his quirk can do, but he has been improving the energy around him. He has learned to stop the energy from leaking out of him by storing it into the horn. But the horn would get really have a lot of pain after a while of having it stored in there. But whenever he does this, he would improve abilities, and he would learn the ability to change the time of day and what time of day he has been in. What he would see is him kind of rewinding back in time, seeing things from 10 minutes ago replay. And I'll say from those 10 minutes, some Bakugo spilt some milk on him on purpose. So he would see this coming afterwards, and Deku would have took his tail and would have swept his leg, causing him to fall and spill milk on himself. And he would get up saying, "What's your problem, Deku? Trying to start a fight?" And Deku would turn back to him and look him in the face, saying, "You're the one who was trying to pour milk on me. So you can say, sure." But yeah. He'd be like, "So you noticed what I was trying to do?" He would say, "Of course I am. I'm not dumb. I wouldn't trust you around me at any time." So, Deku would learn this, and from learning this, he would have thought that his quirk must be some kind of time abilities. He wouldn't think this is out the realm of a quirk, because there are people that can see into the future, at high precision. And if quarks are continuously evolving, so can quarks get stronger in the process. So yeah. So he wouldn't think it's out of the realm of possibilities to get the quark that strong. But he would have believed it probably would have took longer for quarks like this to be made. But yeah. So after this, Deku would have just practiced his abilities, and he learned that he can't really do much with it except a sort of time warp ability. He also learns, and he is older in this, he's probably like 12 by now from all this training. And all this training, he would get a time warp, and time warp would let him use sort of a space and time, like how Sasuke does it. And he could just go to places in time and space, teleporting. But Deku would be focusing his power again, and this is while he's walking home from school, while he's 14, last year of middle school. And he's like, I got some new abilities and I increased my time, but can I only turn back time and go forward in time, or can I do other stuff? He's asking himself. I should know, right? People like Baku already knew how to use his quirk pretty well by just getting it. But he would say probably because Baku's quirk is just too simple. But he would say no, all quirks have something complex about them, some way or another. But yeah. So Deku would be getting ready to throw hand. No. He'd doing this, and he'd close his eyes, focusing, saying, I shouldn't be able to do something right. Theory. I can turn back time and turn forward time. Why can't I? Or turn back time and stop time. I should be able to go forward in time. And he would think about this, and he would just be walking, and he would open his eyes, and he would have seen something coming at him, but it seemed to be see-through, and it would go straight through him, and he would see himself. This is Deku's ability to see forward or time. It sends illusions, or only he can see in the air, and he can see what events will happen. That's whenever you hear rumbling and the storm drain would pop up with him saying just like what just happened unfolded in front of me. So he would get ready, and he would of course dodge with his enhanced physical prowess. But yeah, Deku would do this. And that's whenever his energy from his horns, he would release some of it, and his horn would turn black from his white horns that they were. So after this, that would he would stop time, and Deku would have just he would have just punched, or he would have moved the sludge villain, and it stopped time, made it solidized where it can't move its shape or anything, and that would make it much easier for him. And he would take it, and he would have just like punched pieces off, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, he would pretty much defeat the sludge villain with these movements, and he would stop it. That's when All Might come, seeing the sludge villain kind of break up in pieces, it looks like, as if it was solid, and it would turn into like a liquid state for a second. And the sludge villain would be completely popped. He would see Deku with his demon-like eyes and all that, and he would ask, "Did you do this, kid?" He would say, "Yes, I used my quirk." And he wouldn't have a name for his quirk. He says there isn't actually a name that goes with my quirk, Deku would say. And All Might would ask why. Deku would say that my quirk is just that confusing, that it never got a name. At first, they thought it was just a regular enhancement. Then, after I went to try to save someone from a dude from our school, it kind of evolved even more, and I had horns. And now I learned the ability to manipulate time in a sort of way. And I just learned how to look forward in time and all that. So, All Might hearing this, so you can predict stuff in the future, kind of like Night Eye. Deku would say, I guess now. I never used to be able to do that. I could reverse time, and he would say I can rewind or reverse time, which would tell me what would happen later, because I already felt it and went through the same exact experience. And I could stop time for a limited time. And he asked what the time, Deku would say it used to be, I would say it used to be 5, then it turned to 10, then he upgraded it to, he upgraded to 15. He doesn't know how far he could see into the future yet. All Might would be impressed with his work and all that. And he would ask more anything else that he can do. Deku says nothing else, but he doesn't know. He used to give my quirk a nickname, and I used to just call it Evolution, because it continuously grew non-stop. My strength, my abilities. Heck, maybe I can even get my father's quirk of breathing fire one day. I don't know. My quirk name shall be unknown. Like an unknown entity is what Deku's just talking and babbling on about. But yeah. So after all this weird talk, him and Deku, or Deku would be offered, or All Might would say Continue and train, you young Midoriya, and you can become a hero one day. And he would jump off in a hurry because he was talking to Deku for a while. So but yeah, so All Might would jump off in a hurry. In this hurry, he would have dropped the sludge villain, and that would cause the second sludge villain attack. But when everybody sees the sludge villain, they're all thinking, that crappy hero just left it there. Was it he chasing it? And all that? And they would just be trash-talking him, with All Might feeling bad. But Deku would jump forward, running in. He would start hitting on the walls and jumping around. The sludge villain was going to grab him, but he used his tail to stop him in midair and flip. And this is when Deku says, I just need him out. And that's whenever Yugi would use his ability. It's called warp, he calls it. To warp him, walking away through time, sort of. 5 minutes before this, and Bakugo would be where he kicked the bottle, or he would be walked down the whole area. That's whenever the heroes can't jump in because their quirks have no effect over it. And Deku would think, if I stop time, that can work, but he says I just need to do something quicker before it can latch onto anybody else. And he would think, and that's when he would look at him saying he just needs to go away. Sticking on his hands, and this is whenever a ability to sort of teleport things away, like a Kamui, would activate on his hands. And he would grab the sludge villain, which would completely suck it away, into a realm of demons. Sort of demons, you can say. This would be Deku's pocket dimension. On his right hand is the demon world. On his left hand is a dimension that he controls. And if anybody gets into those dimensions that he has, he can control every aspect of the area, making him almost unstoppable in that realm. But there are ways to take him down. So, Deku would have did this to the sludge villain, and people would be confused, and Deku would be too. And Deku just learned another ability to warp space and time. Yes, this is kind of what his quirk does, is warp space and time, or anything like that. So that causes Deku to be extremely strong. So yeah, this will be leaving it off. I hope you like this what if. Goodbye.